It's not over.
Stop the fight!
People.
Everybody, I come here for everybody. Kill everybody. I'm the champ. I'm the king. Kill everybody. Ah!
What's up, guys? It is Lane here with Broke Bets, and we have our UFC 282 full card bets coming here for you. So let's get into this. We got we're on a 4-card win streak, 12.07 unit run right now. I think we made 2 units last card. So we got 7 units of action here to try to win about 8.24. Got some plus money plays for you guys. All right. First straight bet. I'm playing Darren Till. The public here, I think, is mostly on Plessis. I'm fading the public. And I think Till's just getting a little bit overlooked here. Talented fighter at range. I think when Plessis is going to rush in and try to, do those sprinting punches, and won't pay off as well against Till here. Till also could cut down the distance, touch him on the chin. I don't really see Till knocking Plessis out, but there's a chance. He looks like he's in good shape. My biggest concern actually is the wrestling in this fight. I think that Plessis is very strong, and if Till can't get his grappling defense going, this could be a really tough fight for him, because Plessis is really strong. Just pick him up, throw him down. But yeah, I like Till. I think he's going to point fight this to a decision, and I think he'd win 3 rounds. Plessis didn't really put a stamp on... I mean, he definitely did more damage against Brad Tavares, but that first round didn't go his way. Second round was his, I believe, and then third was very close, but still Plessis' round. Just something to think about. I think the line here is a little bit high for Till, and I like that, so I'm going to take it. Next, playing Chris Curtis versus Buckley. You're talking about a guy with a lot of experience. He's a little bit older, which you can look at as a positive and a negative. I like it as a positive here. He's beat a lot of good guys in the middleweight division, and I think his style is going to look good here against Buckley. They're a similar size. As Buckley likes to do a lot of actually what Plessis does. He likes to sprint across the cage and throw big hooks. And I think that Chris Curtis has better timing. If Buckley walks in, I think he's probably going to find the knockout, and he'll probably mix in some body work against Buckley as well. And I like him all over this fight. But it could be close if this goes to a judge's scorecards, but I like Curtis for a knockout here. Parlays, I don't have actually any fighter parlays this week, but we do have some prop parlays. I looked at give me a second. I looked up Cameron Saaiman, and I kind of wanted to put him in a parlay, but his line's too far-fetched for me. I didn't get it at the right point. Saw it at 220 or something, minus 220. It's now minus 400 on FanDuel. I can't play that anymore. Rosas Jr., I just think that he's a bit of a scare when it comes to a young fighter, and you don't really know his full skill set. I thought about Ponzinibbio, but also Alex Morono is pretty good dog when it comes to these UFC fights, so I'm kind of ignoring that spot. And, I think Magomed Ankalaev will win. I think that's a good parlay piece, but I just like the rounds on that fight so much more than I like a single fighter, and I can kind of get into that. But if you'd pick Magomed Ankalaev for a parlay, I think you're good there. So for the main event, like I said, I like the rounds in this. I like this one to go over 3.5 rounds. I think Jan's pretty durable. If this goes to grappling, Ankalaev doesn't really go for brutal ground and pound constantly, so I think that this one could go easily over 3.5. I think it's going to go to a decision. I think Magomed by decision is plus 200 something, so if that's a spot you like, I suggest taking that as well. But yeah, against Rakic, Jan looked extremely durable against leg kicks, against a bunch of stuff, and I don't think Ankalaev's going to get punches here on Jan super easily. I don't think he's just going to come in and dust him, and I think he's going to be extremely cautious of the power, similar to how he was when he fought Thiago Santos. And I like this fight just to play out at range and move kind of slow, so I think the over 3.5 is my spot I like for the fight here. And we got more coming with that for the rounds. Next one, doing Edmen Shahbazyan versus Dalcha under 1.5. Edmen Shahbazyan's a first round finisher. Likes to swing heavy power shots in the first round. Dalcha, slows down, which everyone for the most part knows. Doesn't have crazy head movement, but also has a lot of power himself. I just think that as soon as Dalcha looks a little tired, Edmen's just going to pour it on him. Also, Edmen has pretty freaking good hands, too. I think that he's just going to pick him apart here. And I like a first round or early second round finish. And Edmen, he slows down himself. So, I don't really see a KO as often in the third round for someone like Edmen. He's more of a first, second round type of fighter. So, under 1.5, you can get that line on FanDuel. Billy Q versus Alexander Hernandez, under 2.5 rounds. Alexander Hernandez does have a lot of power, so I think if Billy Q, who doesn't have the best striking defense, is just going to walk into punches, there's a chance that Alexander can get an early knockout here. And then also, Billy Q is going to be trying to move forward this whole fight, putting pressure on Hernandez, and I think Hernandez will fall under pressure if Billy Q is just in his face the whole fight. So I think I see a finish. Maybe it could get to the third round. It could get pretty dicey for that under 2.5, but that's why I'm playing a bit lighter on this, 0.75 units. I think that this is a good spot. The odds have changed significantly for this. It's now like, I think, plus 105 or something. But I really like this one to go under. Again, I just think Hernandez has the early power, and even so, Billy Q got hurt against Shane Burgos quite a few times, something to be scared of there. Next, we get a parlay with Paddy Pimblett and the main event going over 1.5 rounds. Paddy Pimblett, going to be a lot bigger of a fighter in this matchup. Jared Gordon, not the most filled out lightweight, more of a featherweight in my eyes. I know he kind of killed himself making that cut, but Paddy should be stronger on the feet here. He's got stronger hands than Jared, and should be able to put him down. I think this would be more favorable on the feet for him, as Jared Gordon's a pretty decent wrestler, but again, he's strong everywhere. The number's pretty good. And then along with that, like we've talked about with the Magomed Ankalaev, Jan Blachowicz, if you watch these heavyweight or these higher weight title fights and stuff, they typically, other than Jiri Glover, but like they typically start pretty slow because these guys don't want to get winded real fast. So I think that this one going over 1.5 feels pretty safe, and it's a great parlay piece in my eyes. And then to finish it off, doing Vinicius, Salvador, and Daniel Da Silva go under 1.5 rounds. Daniel Da Silva, not the best fight IQ, not the best durability, and he's killer to be killed. And he's been finished 3 times in the UFC, and all of those have come in under 1.5 rounds. So I'm all over the under 1.5 in this fight. The line's a little bit high for me, to be honest, if you're talking about flyweights. But it's still a decent parlay piece. Something scary. But if you watch Salvador's Contender Series fight, you could understand why the under 1.5 is a high price. And then, finally, Jairzinho and Chris Daukaus, not to start round 3. I think that, this fight could start really slow. I think the under 1.5 can play here just fine. But I think that Jairzinho likes to feel out these fights, and just like I've been talking about with the heavier weights like to do a longer feeling out process, I want to give this one a little bit more time. I think Jairzinho takes a little bit of time to feel out the fight before he actually starts throwing. And Daukaus, he likes to go for it. I don't think he's going to get this knockout. I think Jairzinho will, but I think it covers both sides of this. And so the fight to not start round 3 is a good spot here. And yeah, this is the 7 units of action we've got going on. Again, we've only got 2 minus money plays, so a good chance to go home with some nice change in your pocket. Let's keep the win streak going. And yeah, peace.
I know. It doesn't matter from the trenches. I'm built like this. You don't doubt me, I couldn't do it. The odds that I couldn't do it. Look at me now.